Are you ready to embrace the wild side? That's what the energy is all about this weekend. As we step into this beautiful Lion's Gate peak on Saturday, we're being asked to bring our illusions to the table, our delusions to the table, our fantasies to the table, all the deepest desires we ever truly wanted, to bring it up, look at it face to face, and see what is it that I can do now. So we're going to see what cards we get, but that is the energy that I'm feeling. It is time for us to embrace our wild side. And our wild side isn't what you think. It isn't this crazy person who doesn't have boundaries. It's the opposite. It's that you know yourself so well that your boundaries are spoken without being spoken. Your words are received without you using your own words. It is just received. So, welcome to today's energy. I already started burning some sage and some palo santo, and I have some dried up rose petals, and it just smells so delicious. And I'm here by the water, the sacred water. And I sat here for a moment before turning on the camera to really get into the energy. And that's the message. For you to step into your energy, to the magnetic field that you are attracting into your world, breaking through the barriers of what you once said you can do, and now welcome more of yourself. You might find yourself, this Friday really feeling the need to declutter, to cleanse out your space. Listen to that, because you are making room for what is it that you're calling in, right? Everything is energy. That's why I'm here by the water stream, bringing you all of the elements, right? We have the water, we have the sun. It was just drizzling a moment ago as well. Um, right? We have here the trees, the plants, the animals that are eating me alive here, even though I put bug spray. Well, I use natural, my own made, and there's only so much that can do at times. Anyways, let's step into the card that wants to show up for us for Friday, the 7th. And I hope you're feeling okay, because Thursday's energy was so powerful, right? It's Thursday that I'm recording this, so I'm still in it, and we had all major arcanas come out, and then the sun just comes over my face. Where major arcanas, all the cards came out with major arcana, and major arcana cards are life transformational energy. They're archetypal experiences that we all have, right? It's like the growing milestones of ourselves. Wow, it's drizzling and the sun is out. That's amazing. I know you can't see it, but I'm getting a few drops. And the sun is out. Okay, so let's see what we have for Friday. I hope you can hear the water because it sounds so beautiful. There's a message with the water. What would you like to share with us for Friday? Ooh, mosquitoes. That's the message, mosquito. Wow. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Devil card. Two major arcanas. We were just talking about major arcanas being archetypal experiences. So as we're moving into the Lion's Gate and we're visiting that part of ourselves that is the silent whisper of our deepest desires, there comes some fear attached to it, right? There is some attack that comes with it, and that's why this devil is here. But we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is talking about spinning that wheel. Which kind of brings me to this remembrance. I wasn't going to share this, but I guess it's relevant. Last night, I got spiritually attacked in my dreams, and I haven't had that in a long time, where I felt the demonic energies really strong to the point where they were trying to alter my state of being in my dream. And I became present to what was happening. And again, because I am present and no longer in fear, it tries to get me to be afraid, but it never succeeds because I see through the illusions. And that's what this devil card talks about. The devil energy in the tarot is connected to Capricorn, right? I'm a Capricorn sun. And it's not that the devil is a trickster. That's what you need to see. It's trying to get you to lure, to play on their terms, right? And this is where we bind ourselves, but we bind ourselves with our own chains. These two people here, you see them? They have a chain around their neck. And that chain that's around their neck is not tight. It's not tight at all. It can be removed. It can be removed very easily just by using our hands, going like this and removing it. And this week that we just went through, I believe it was Wednesday, the message was around paying attention to the portals of our hands, the healing of our hands, and to place that healing upon ourselves before we start to give it out into the world. Learn how to master your energy. And that's where the temptation lies. It's very tempting to try to save someone else, to help someone else, to put yourself at risk. But are you doing that for yourself? It's a question to sit with this Friday, right? With this Queen of Pentacles is what the first card that came up, right? This Queen of Pentacles energy, she's a very beautiful queen. She's very structural as well. Also Capricorn sort of energy or Virgo kind of energy, right? Ooh, excuse me. She carries those sort of disciplines, right? Think of a Capricorn, very ambitious energy, very structural. And Virgo is very also structured, very serious. And with the World card that comes up, I mean, the Wheel of Fortune that comes up right after the Queen of Pentacles, it's talking about remembering to enjoy yourself in this process because we are in this energy that we have never been in. Energetically, the way the planets are, certain alignments, we have never experienced that as a human species, within very many decades, centuries. So we're just exploring the possibilities of what can be done. And that is what's being asked of us at this time, is to explore the possibilities, but do not feel binded by the past. It tries to creep in. So this Friday, as we're the 7th, moving into the 8th, the Lion's Gate portal, which is the portal of miraculous manifestations, miraculous happenings, breaking through the ceiling, right? Recognizing that the sky is no longer the limit. It goes past the sky, it goes into the galaxies, into the cosmos, into everything, into the nothingness, right? So this is where we're being reminded to let go of what we once were holding on tightly as, well, I have to do it this way. This is the only way. Maybe it was true before. Maybe it was the only way before. But that isn't the message anymore. The message now is that there is a way. Will you find a way? Right? And the thing, I'm going to go back to what I said I was going to share that I didn't think I was going to share around the dream. In my dream, being spiritually attacked last night, um, one of the things that kept occurring was obstacles being placed in my way, right? Once I became aware, I'm getting bit like crazy here. Once I got aware that, this is just trying to delay me, trying to change me, right? Because in the dream, the energy, the demonic energy, right? That it waited for a moment that I got upset. So in the dream, it was like I got upset at something. And the moment that I got upset, the energy entered into my body. It was like luring, waiting for the opportunity. And then I felt that. And as I felt that, I could feel it trying to change my demeanor. And I also saw my face started to feel like it felt like it was changing into like this demonic face, this, this laugh. Anyone who's ever experienced very demonic stuff, there's this laugh, this smile that is cruel. It's like a cruel smile. And it was trying to take over inside of my face. And then I was like, oh no, this is not who I am. And I rebuked it out of me. And then I was trying to turn on the light, and the lights all were blowing out. Every light bulb. I would go here to this room, to that room. And this is in the dream. Um, and every time I turned on the light, it would bust. Poof, 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 poof. And I was still in this darkness. But it was trying to scare me that way. Like, and then I remember I was trying to light some sage in my dream. I was trying to light the sage to cleanse the energy. And my lighter, which was a brand new lighter, and I knew it was a brand new lighter in my dream, would not. And my hands felt a little bit, it was weird because I was holding it, but I couldn't feel it in my dream. Like I couldn't light it, right? And it was a pocket lighter, not this lighter. It was the pocket lighter. And I share all this because there's symbolism in that, trying to turn off the lights so that I wouldn't see it, right? But I could see it anyways. And I was not afraid. And once I woke up, when I realized, oh, I could wake myself up, I'm in a dream. When I recognized that and I woke up, the very first thing I said, I was like, oh, wow, that sucked. I need to cleanse. And I got up in that moment, and I started cleansing. I started praying. And not in fear, like, oh, I'm afraid. No, I was like declaring my energy. I was like, I'm so powerful. You tried to bring me down, but you can't. You put obstacles in my way, and I will always overcome them because I am of the light. And even if you try to turn off the light, I don't need it outside of me. The light is inside. And so there's something about that message here as well for us on Friday. To remember, you are the light. I want to see what we have in the bottom of the deck. The Six of Swords in reverse. This is what it looks like, and it's upright. The Six of Swords in reverse is talking about underneath everything, you feel that you need to leave and escape, but it's saying no. This is a time not to run away, but to face and to be real with yourself. And as you do so, it starts to feel powerful. You start to see that you have magnetic power. You're starting to see your own beauty. Okay? So I'm going to put these back in. So for Friday, remember who you are. Remember that this is a time to declutter, to welcome in the new possibilities of what's happening. It's crazy because before I sat here, there was no sun out. So I now it's like it's funny because there's like half of my face is lit. Let's see. If I kind of that's what it is. Like in life, there's things that we just can't control, but will you allow yourself to flow like this water? I hope you can hear it. I will only know when I listen back if you can hear the beautiful sound of the water. If you can this weekend, go visit some water. We got some cards that came up already for the Lion's Gate. We have the Knight of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. Knight of Cups and Six of Pentacles. The Knight of Cups speaks about an offer. There is this loving offer, but there's something that you must be aware of with this offer. This individual is looking directly at the cup, not in front of them. They're so focused on the offer. They're not really looking more broadly. So be mindful of what offers come to you this Saturday, right? Because there may be just a focus on that. For instance, let's say someone is like interested in you and says, "Hey, I want to take you out on a date. I like you," right? And at that moment, we're like, "Ooh, great." But the thing is, they're looking at what they're doing, not necessarily you. Okay? And that's what we need to recognize with the offer. Is this offer looking at me or what they can get from me? Oh, my pants got wet. The water is starting to like spread more over here, which it wasn't before. And it's like trying to reach me. So there's something about that here with this message. Pay attention to the offers and also yourself when you're doing your manifestation work on Saturday, which you really should. Because this Saturday, because of the portal, you should really sit with yourself and journal or go in nature, speak to yourself, talk in the mirror, right? Have a ritual moment with yourself this Saturday so that you are opening up and bringing in the most magnetic part of this portal. Because again, this is about reaching unlimited potential, awakening the wild, most daring side of you, right? And so I want you to take that in and bring that into your experience on Saturday and be mindful with those who are offering you something, that they're not just looking at what is in the cup, that they're looking at everything. And also for yourself, don't just focus on this one thing. I need to get in a relationship and that's all you focus on. Look wider. Maybe I should welcome new friendships as well. Maybe I should spend some time with some people I haven't, that I actually do enjoy spending time with, right? Whatever it is, it's talking about opening the horizon, brightening it up, widening it up. What a tongue twister. With this Six of Pentacles is about sharing your wealth, right? So your manifestation and what you're trying to focus is something that is about sharing your wealth. And in order to share your wealth, you have to first see yourself as one that can share. Not because one day when I have a lot of money I can share. You have to see what you can do now. What can I do now? Let's see what we have in the bottom. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Two of Pentacles in reverse. This is about you feeling like you can't juggle certain things. And the message here is like, maybe you need to take a pause. Give yourself a few days to really integrate this energy. It's so wonderful that the Lionsgate energy hits on the weekend this time around, because a lot of us don't have to go into work, right? But we can give ourselves some time, some space, some moment where we can share with ourselves what it is that we really want to create in our world. What is it that we're wanting to do, right? And the thing is, you're kind of looking at it in a way where I don't know if I can juggle this. And you're being told, yes, you can. You're very much capable and able to do this right now. And what is needed, right now is for you to broaden your horizons, to see beyond the moment, right? To open up and see what you have to give now and to be trusting of your intuition, right? In my dream, the reason why I was able to overcome this a spiritual attack that was happening was because I was able to see who I am. I've recognized I am not that energy that was trying to take hold of me. And I saw it lurking, trying to take an opportunity, and it waited for a moment where my vibration lowered. And there's a message in there. Do not allow yourself to be taken by lower vibrational energies. There may be some distractions this weekend to keep you from moving in the direction of your light, to not focus on what it is you're trying to really make happen in your life, to visit those wild dreams of yours, right? And to really remove them from a place of a fantasy into a place of reality, right? And we're talking about our wildest desires. That talks about everything: our human experience, our spiritual experience, our connection with our health, with the world, with the plants, right? With everything in nature, right? That's what this is talking about for this Lion's Gate on the 8-8. Okay, now let's see what we have here for Sunday, 8-9. The 9. That was a lot of cards. A little bit less. What do we have for the energies of the 9? Six of Cups. Wow. I think we got a 6 in each of the days, a different 6, right? Because the last one was the 6 of Cups. I mean, the 6 of Pentacles was for Saturday, and now we have the 6 of Cups. Did we have one for Friday? I don't really remember right now, but if we did, pay attention to the 666, because a lot of us associate 666 with negative energy, negative vibration, but it's not. 666 is a number of manifestation, as well as 888. Okay, so we have the 6 of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. Wow, we had it backwards. We had the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the 6 of Pentacles. And look, we have it reversed for Sunday. Let's sit with that for a minute. We're always rushing to get the answer right away, but the answer doesn't come right away. It comes through the whisper, comes through the unseen moment. And the unseen moment here is there's something that flips. You finally see something for what it is. And on Saturday, on the 8/8, you see it. You see that, oh, that offer wasn't what it was. And because you see that that offer wasn't what it was, you are able to make a different decision that then puts you in this situation, which is the Knight of Pentacles with the Six of Cups. It reminds you of something of your past because the Six of Cups talks about nostalgia. It talks about the child part of ourselves that at this time is needing some reassurance. So this is like a wound that comes up that you can finally face to face and no longer be afraid of and finally make a new decision about it, which then opens the portal for you to step into creating your wildest dreams. So it's like on Sunday is actually the day that we see the possibility. Saturday is the day of like doing the ritual and stuff, and Friday is gonna be the cleansing of our energy, and then Sunday is gonna be the actual moment of seeing it, the actual moment of clarity. And it's such a beautiful thing because this pentacle, look at this Knight of Pentacle. It's a knight, but this Knight of Pentacle is not just focused on the pentacle like the cup is. It's just focused on its offer. The Pentacle Knight is looking at everything because the Pentacle Knight is the slowest moving knight of all the knights. And it's the one that's going to be the most loyal, the most dedicated, and that is going to physically show you things, right? So there's something around that in your healing journey this weekend, and you're breaking through the glass ceiling, right? No, now seeing that the sky is no longer the limit. I could go beyond that, right? I could go higher and higher and higher and higher to I actually reached the dark, the nothingness. And in the nothingness I can birth into life through my words, through everything what is, right? As we know, the first thing that is was created was the speech, was the word, was the sound. It was the recognition of the self, the recognition of I want to experience myself. And that's how things started to birth into existence, right? In the Taino heritage, which is where I'm from, we have Atavera, which is the water god. She is the mother god, La Tierra, and she is the first, and she births her son, right? And she births it through her own desire of wanting to experience more in life, and then she births another son with him, right? And there's all this creation, and I'm not going to share the whole story here. I'm not the expert on it as of right now. I'm just sharing. And so it was in the wanting to experience ourselves and not be alone that we create the experience. So right now, it's not about creating your experience alone. It's about bringing the unison of your truest desires. And yes, it may require you to, it's requiring you to have an unwavering faith in your putting out, which is something that can bring up some childhood wounds with the Six of Cups, some nostalgia, some like stuff that you need to just settle into your nervous system, right? When you're starting to feel like I have to do something, I got to change this. Take a pause for a minute and talk to your inner child, which is basically your nervous system. Your inner child is directly connected to your nervous system, and also our ancestral heritage lineage of picking whatever we bring from our ancestors is in our nervous system, right? And so we heal, as we heal our nervous system, within ourselves, we are healing also the lineage. But a part of that is not to be alone and isolated. It is to bring together the sharing of the word. So there's some sharing that happens, right? Because also with Saturday's Six of Pentacles was about sharing your gifts, right? Don't be afraid to share your gifts. Let's see what we have at the bottom of the deck. Two of Wands in reverse. This is crazy. We had the Two of Pentacles in reverse on Saturday. You saw me shuffle, right? We got the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is, you know, that ask and it is given? Two of Wands is the ask. It's in reverse. You've been afraid to ask. You've been afraid to indulge in yourself. And the thing is, you have this belief around indulgence that is negative, and it's not. It is how you're using your indulgence, right? How are you using your resources? Don't be afraid to ask for what you need and what you want. Talk to the universe, right? Talk to God, whatever you consider God to be, right? I'm using that word to kind of bring in all concepts, but it's like the cosmos, el gran espíritu, todo lo que es la madre, everything that's the mother, the earth, the fire, the wind, the air, right? All of the elements, bringing in all of the seasons, all of the four directions. All of these things are very important, and when we study astrology and all these things, they're all connected to that. And so right now we're being asked to bring forth that energy.